Hello, top of the day greetings to you from wherever you're watching me from. All right. My name is Temitope Adeyemi, and I'm here to present to you the Diamond Project Uganda. And this is specifically for my friends and everyone in Uganda. All right. We are launching this project in Uganda, and it will be a pleasure for you to be a pioneer, all right, for this project in Uganda. And it's called the Diamond Project. The Diamond Project is a big one. The Diamond Project, you may ask, what is the Diamond Project all about? The Diamond Project is a project that seeks to help individuals live out their true potential and become the ultimate version of themselves. But I'd like to ask a quick question. And the question is, if you see a God's-given opportunity, would you recognize it? If you see a God's-given opportunity, would you recognize it? Just like you too, about a few years ago, I was fortunate to see a video like this, to come across a video like this, to attend a session like this, and I saw this opportunity and this blew my mind, all right? And I came on board and this changed my life, all right? So who are we? We are a group of people, all right, from different walks of life, and we are known as the Century 21 Freedom Group International, all right? We are a group of people, like I said, from different walks of life. We are a group of creative and forward-thinking individuals from different fields of the endeavors. Amongst us, we have lawyers, doctors, engineers, professors. Mention the trade, we have them among us, working together to achieve a common vision. All right? Now, what you stand to benefit from this session with me today? All right, especially for everyone in Uganda. All right? Today, number one, you are going to understand the basic principles for financial freedom. Number two, you're going to understand the mindset for success in business. Number three, you're going to understand how to recover money lost. You've done several businesses, lost a lot of money. How can you make this money back? Today, you understand that. And how can you also increase your profits in business? You also have to understand that. Now, can you see that picture on the board? All right. I hope you're not saying that is me. Okay? Of course, that used to be me. That was me. And that was about the best year of my life. I am this guy who was raised by a single father. I lost my mother at a very young age. And growing up for me was tough because my dad was not educated. So because he was educated, that affected us a lot. So, and for me, I've always believed that the only way to succeed in life was to go to school, study hard, and upon graduation, I would get a good job. Of course, I went to school. I went to the best university in Nigeria, the first university also in Nigeria. It's by the name University of Ibadan, where I did my first degree and master's degree. And after my master's degree, I was a lucky guy. I got a job with a multinational company. You can see my uniform, all right, my coverall. And I was a very lucky guy. The salary was fat for a single guy. But then I got married and the children came in. When children came in, their life happened. Now you're already wondering, Mr. Tokwe, what life happened? Of course, don't worry. I'm going to tell you the life that happened. You're going to learn about that later. All right? So let's go ahead. Of course, like we all know, from anywhere you're watching from, either from Uganda, anywhere, South Africa, anywhere, you would agree with me that the economy has changed. The global economy has changed. In fact, the recent increase in fuel prices has affected, it's a global issue. All right? It's a global, affecting everybody. All right? It's biting everywhere. The economy is biting everywhere. All right? So, and this has led many of us, to keep running this rat race. You work like this guy. You're not a lazy person. You work Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Friday, just so you can rest on Saturday and Sunday. And on Monday, you go back again, just like this guy on the board. You are working so hard and yet, struggling and struggling to pay the bills. And many times you feel like this guy here, you feel like you are carrying this heavy load on your head. Sometimes you cannot even explain what is causing the load on your head. All right, this load is just as big as this. And guess what? I want to tell you today that these are the things causing the load on your head. Look at them. All these things are the ones causing the load on your head. On that, your one source of income. All right. From this same one source of income, that is where you pay transportation from, you feed from, you pay school fees from, you pay rent from. Miscellaneous, this one does not even warn you. It just happens. Medical bills, village people, NEPA bill. I don't know what you call it in Uganda, but in Nigeria, that's our electricity bill. We call it NEPA bill. All right. Clothing, phone bills, monthly internet, everything is coming from this same one source, single source. And there's one of them that's very dangerous there. That one is called the medical bills. You see, the medical bills, a man who is sick cannot work. And because this man cannot work, what happens? It affects the one income. And once it affects the income, what happens next? It affects every other thing. Now, having heard all of this, the next question is, what is your plan? What is your plan? At this point, as we delve into the session properly, in case you have any question at any point in time and you need some clarification, all right, please feel free to reach out to me on WhatsApp only. Reach out to me on WhatsApp and I'll be glad to answer your questions. I'll be glad to give you clarity. I'll be glad to help you make the right decision. Okay, my WhatsApp number is +234. That's a Nigerian number, all right. +234 816 0086326. What is your plan? So to fully understand this, I'm going to be playing a video for you to watch. This video is by a popular Nigerian pastor. Please pay attention.
Is choice. Nobody made you poor. And let me tell you, coming to church will not deliver you from poverty. Coming to church will not. So if that's why you're coming, you can as well don't come again. Coming to church will never deliver you from poverty. You don't need church to be free from poverty. You only need a clean brain. The gospel is not about making men rich. The gospel is about making men arrive at a destination called salvation. The message of the Bible is to save men from sin. If you want to make money, go to business school. They will teach you the natural laws that govern the operation of money in the system. And when you understand the laws and you apply them, you will be rich. All the treasures you need are on the earth. And God has given it freely to all men. Not to church men. Not to Christians. He has given it liberally to all men. Because he created all men. So he must make sure all men have food to eat. Because he's not a wicked God. He is perfect and good. So even the native doctor must have food to eat. Yes. The wizard in the village must have food to eat. Why? Because for God so loved the church.
No, God loves the world.
God loves the world. You wonder why unbelievers are making it? They understand the world. And they know how to run the system. And they are applying the laws. You are spiritualizing things.
All right, you heard that. Okay? So let's talk about the 4 pillars of the Diamond Project. These pillars are the pillars that guide the Diamond Project. Without these pillars, we cannot have a Diamond Project. Now, let's talk about pillar number 1. Pillar number 1 is mentorship, training, and capacity building. And to fully understand this, all right, we're going to look at something quickly, financial education. All right, to understand this deeper also, we're going to look at the cash flow quadrant. Now, the cash flow quadrant is the way every one of us make money. Every one of us will fall into this category. All right, it's either you belong to the active income quadrant or the passive income quadrant or the both. All right, let's look at the active income quadrant. Okay. Now, if you are here, if you are listening to me today and you are employed, you work for an organization, that's where you belong to. While it's not a bad thing to work for an organization, all right, but there's a challenge there, there's a disadvantage. What is the disadvantage? The disadvantage is that there's no leverage. No leverage, no work, no pay. The next one is self-employed. Very good place to be also. It's good to be self-employed, but there's also a problem there, disadvantage there. What is the disadvantage? Disadvantage is that no leverage also, no work, no pay. Like I said, where you should belong to is the passive income. All right, for the passive income, that's let's talk about the business owner. What does it mean to be a business owner? You have 5, 10, 20, 100, 500, 1,000 people who work for you. These guys exchange their time for money. So it means that at the end of the month, you pay them salaries in return. So it means that even when you are not working, they are still working. And because they are still working, what happens? You are still making money. All right, so that's where you want to be. All right, the business owner. So there's leverage there. Another one is investor, where you buy into a system, all right, and as the system flourishes, what happens to you? You also flourish. I hope you understand. All right, so the pillar number 2 is discipline, regimentation, and stoicism. Now, many of you work for an organization, and you would agree with me that what makes the organization tickles, what makes the organization thrive, is because they apply the basic principles of discipline, regimentation, and stoicism. Now, if you want to thrive in your own personal business, you need the same principles, all right? You must apply the same principles of discipline, regimentation, and stoicism. But most of the time, all right, the willpower is not enough. You cannot do it on your own. So how do you achieve it? You need an accountability partner, somebody to hold you accountable for this thing. So for us at the Diamond Project, that's what we intend to provide for you. We want to be that accountability partner that provides the discipline, regimentation, and stoicism for you to succeed in any business of your choice or to succeed in this particular business. All right. Now, let's talk about the pillar number 3, which is health optimization through nutritional supplements and lifestyle changes. We believe that you can make so much money, all right? You can work so hard, make so much money, and still live long in good health and in wealth. So why should you work so hard, make so much money, all right, and yet you start treating ailments? So we don't want that for you. We believe that you can work so hard, make so much money, and live, all right, live well in good health and in wealth, in good health and in wealth. Okay. Now, pillar number 4 is very important to me. Please, I want to pay attention at this point. Now, deep understanding of leverage and building financial leverage system. If I ask every one of you, listen to me from Uganda, to mention 2 or 3 persons that you know who are successful. All right. Now, you would agree with me that those names that you mentioned, even though they don't know themselves, but they have one thing in common. What's that one thing they have in common? That one thing they have in common is called leverage. Now, what is leverage? Leverage is the power to earn more and more while working less and less, either by having people or money working for you. Leverage is the power to earn more and more while working less and less, either by having people or money working for you. Of course, you're not going to leverage on spirits. You're going to be leveraging on human being, on people, all right? Now, this guy, it was Paul Getty that said that I would rather have 1% of the effort of 100 men than 100% of my own effort. Now, the mistake many of you make is that many of you have made money, but you want to apply the same principles you used to make money to creating wealth. It doesn't work. For you to create wealth, you need people. You can make money single-handedly, but for you to create wealth, you need people to create wealth. And I want to show you human beings like you and I who understand these principles, and they use it very well. And they are multi-millionaires and billionaires for it. And an example is Mark Zuckerberg. This guy makes 5 cents, all right, from over 2.2 billion Facebook users. He doesn't subscribe for you, doesn't buy data for you, all right. Of course, he leverages and makes money. Another one is our politicians. Politicians, of course, leverage on people. All right, that's why during elections, they're always rushing to you. You become the bride, okay? The next one is the pastors. You agree with me that you agree with me that the wealthiest pastors are the ones with the highest congregation, okay? It's not by accident, it's not by chance, it's common sense, okay? The next one is the bankers, all right? The bankers leverage on people. All the monies you have in the bank were put in the bank by people, okay? Now, there are 2 ways through which you can leverage through people. 2 ways, basically. Number 1 way is you can leverage through your personally produced product and services. And number 2 is through other people's product and services. An example is Jumia, or other people's products and services. Another example is Amazon, that you know very well, other people's products and services. Now, imagine something for a moment. Imagine that there is a system, and all you did was that you plugged into the system, and you built the system. You didn't just build the system, all right? As people buy their personal items from different factories and shops, you make a percentage for life from whatever, all right, they buy. Let me give you an example. Everybody knows ShopRite. ShopRite is very popular. I'm sure there's ShopRite in Uganda too. Now imagine when you go to ShopRite, what do you go to do there? You go and buy products. You go and buy products from ShopRite. When you buy this product from ShopRite, will you pay or not? You will pay. All right. If you don't pay, you know what happens next. Of course, you have to pay. So when you pay, you can now go with your products, right? Awesome. Now, let's assume that you buy these products, you pay for the product, so you are going out to your product. So the manager of the ShopRite walks up to you and say, congratulations and welcome on board. All right, now that you bought from us, you're now on board. Now you will plug into our system. As people buy from different ShopRites all over the world, globally, anywhere they buy from, you're making a percentage for life for whatever they buy from, whatever they buy. That's what I'm explaining to you. Now imagine that 10,000 people purchase these products daily, all right, from different shops and outlets, and you make 100 Uganda shillings commissions per purchase. That means every day you are making 1 million Uganda shillings per purchase, all right, daily. And 5 questions I'll be going through your mind. I'm going to take these 5 questions, all right here now, and you will get so much value for it. Number 1 question is this: how do I plug in and build this system? Number 2 question is, how can I connect 10,000 people? Number 3 question is, how do I make people to buy the products daily so that I will keep earning? Number 4 question is, how do I make the money through leverage? And number 5 questions, for me, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 questions are very important questions, but they are not the most important. The most important question for me is number 5. We're going to get there. So let's start from number 1. Number 1 question is, how do I plug in and build the system? Of course, remember what I said earlier. When you go to ShopRite, what do you go and do there? You go and shop. exactly what you are doing here. Just a one-time shopping. One-time shopping. This one-time shopping, all right, involves no selling. We don't expect you to go about hawking products about. No convince. We're not going about to start convincing people about. You're not marketing anything, all right? What are you doing then? Simply buy, use, and connect. Buy, use, and connect. Buy, use, and connect. That's what you're doing. Buy, use, and connect, all right? And you can plug in for as little as 1.3 million Uganda shilling. 1.3 million Uganda shilling. Of course, there are different packages that you can plug in with. You can plug in with the silver pack, like I mentioned earlier, that's the 1.3 million Uganda shilling, or the gold pack of 3.8 million Uganda shilling, or the platinum pack of 7.9 million Uganda shilling, all right, or the Elite VIP pack of 15.6 million Uganda shilling, okay? So any of them you can plug in with. Somebody will not have a stop. Okay, I go to ShopRite, I buy things, I purchase products. So what am I purchasing here? You are purchasing highly organic products, amazing products, food supplements, beverages, and personal care items. I so love this product. These are amazing. They are great products. I'm telling you, they are organic products. All right. We have a lot of testimonies. In fact, when I hear testimonies of people on this product, it gives me joy. All right. It gives me accomplishment. Okay. We have amazing testimonies on this product. They work. Okay. Like I mentioned, amazing product that we have. We have toothpaste. We have different kind of products. All right, that you will love. Okay. Now we also have this product you are seeing here.
Hussaini Dyer. I'm 68 years old. I've been diagnosed as having diabetes since 2011, and I was placed on glucose since then. But since I encountered this bottle, my story changed because it brought down my sugar level to the barest minimum. And since then, I don't take glucose again. I told my Nigerian doctors as well as my Egyptian doctors, where I am presently speaking, that I don't need glucose again. This is the miracle being done by this bottle, and this is my testimony. Thank you. God bless you.
You can see that we have different amazing products. But let me tell you something. All these products, they're amazing products, but you know what I call them? I call them liabilities. I call them what? Liabilities. All right. What's the liability? Liability is anything that brings money out of your pocket. Of course, you buy this product, you go to ShopRite, you buy products, you buy this product, same product from here. All right. It's going to take money out of your pockets. So my interest is not that. My interest is okay. Now, after consuming this product, what happens next? My interest is how do we convert this product to assets? Imagine you are using this product and you are still making so much money, all right, by using this product. That's what I'm saying here. So the next question is, how do I connect 10,000 people? All right. As you are speaking with me, as you are listening to me, as I'm speaking to you, I can assume that you are watching me either through phone. Am I correct? If I'm correct, type on chat box. All right, either through phone, or you are watching me on a laptop. All right. But whichever it is, I know majority of people may be likely watching me through their phone. But it's fine. But there's nobody, all right, who is watching me now that may not have a phone. I'm sure you have a phone. And you would agree with me that through that phone alone, you can have access to over 100 million people globally. So let me show you how that works, okay? Now, for the year listening to me, I am sure, I can bet it, that most certainly you have at least 100 contacts on your phone. All right? Now, look at this. That 100 contacts on your phone is 100 other phones on your phone. What do I mean? Like, if you dial any number on that phone, now somebody's phone will ring. So if you have 100 contacts on your phone as your first level, those 100 contacts, they also have 100 other phones on their phone. All right, now look at this. That's 100 times 100. You have 10,000 contacts. 10,000 contacts, they also have 100 numbers each on their phone. All right, that's 10,000 times 100 contacts. That will give us 1 million contacts. That's on third level. 1 million contacts is too much. All we need is just 10,000 contacts. What is 1% of 1 million contacts? It will give us 10,000 persons. If 10,000 people buy products daily and you earn just 100 Uganda shillings from 10,000 people, what do you have? You have 1 million Uganda shillings daily. So 1 million Uganda shillings in 30 days will give you 30 million Uganda shillings. Wow, that's amazing. Now, the next question is, question number 3 is, how do I make people to buy the product so that I will keep earning? How do I make people to buy the product so that I will keep earning? I tell you this, use our systems. What is the essence of our systems? Our system is designed to save you the stress of talking to anybody. We don't need you convincing anybody. We don't need you marketing or explaining to anybody. We're professionals. Let us be the one to speak to the people on your behalf. Succeeding here is as simple as forwarding this video to your friends and family so that they can watch along with you. And all they have to do is press play. All right. Is there anybody who cannot press play on a video? And they are going to listen to me just like you are listening to me. All right. And they are going to understand everything I'm explaining to them, just like you are understanding everything I'm explaining to them. And they'll be like, wow, this is beautiful. It's amazing. So our system saves you the stress of talking to anybody. We don't need to talking to anybody. Let us be the one to speak on your behalf. So our systems are that simple. All right. And anybody can use the system and succeed. We also have another beautiful system. This system is as simple as sending text messages to your friends and families like this. And we're going to call them on your behalf. And we're going to speak to them on your behalf. All right. Our system is just saving you the stress. We don't need to talking to anybody. Okay. And with this alone, you agree with me that you can have access to anybody globally. You can forward these videos to anybody. All right. On YouTube, on WhatsApp, text message, anywhere you can forward, and anywhere people can watch this video and they will have understanding. All right. While you are there in Uganda making money. All right. You can connect your friends and families in Uganda and make money. Okay. We also have another system called ticket system. We do programs every now and then, and we have tickets like this that people get, and people use the tickets to invite their friends and families, all right, for our programs. And we come there and we explain everything to them. Okay. We also have brand launch. Imagine all you need to do is play this video for your friends and family on your TV like this and have them sit down and watch and listen to us. Or you gather them in your house and we come to your house, all right, one of our top professionals will come to your house and speak to them on your behalf. Okay. Now we also have Zoom sessions. Imagine all you need to do is share this video with your friends like this on Zoom while I do the explanation to them on your behalf. So our system saves you the stress. Now this one, I like this part a lot. And this is how is the money made through leverage. I love this part a lot. Now we have about 6 ways to make the money through leverage, but I'm going to focus on 2 for now. Now, number 1 is called the direct connectors bonus. How does this work? The system says that you can make between 200,000 Uganda shillings to 2 million Uganda shillings instantly for connecting anyone to using your phone, to using our systems. You can see how beautiful that is. All right. But this is not why I am here. The reason why I am doing this business, the reason why I carry this on my head, all right, is because of the second way of earning, which I will come to later. But let's even look at this one first. All right. Imagine all you need to do is connect. You connect about 10 persons, for example. Of course, you can connect unlimited. But let's say you connect 10 people, and if 10 people, they come on board with a silver pack of 1.3 million Uganda shillings, and all you make is 200,000 Uganda shillings as a direct connectors bonus, all right, referral bonus, and you make 20,000 Uganda shillings on each of them. That means you would have made 2 million Uganda shillings. Wow, that's a lot of money. All right. Like I said, you can connect as much as possible. Now, this is why I love this matching bonus. How does this work? The system says, the company says that you can make unlimited 130,000 Uganda shillings from the system as people keep purchasing in your organization. Now, how does that work? How is the money making leverage? Let's do practical. This is you. All you did was that you use the system. All right. You forwarded the videos, all right, to your contacts. All right. They watched the video. They liked the video. They liked what they saw. All right. And guess what? They liked what they saw. And James and Amani buys from the system. You make 130,000 Uganda shillings. And guess what? Momo and Mike buys from the system. You make 130,000 Uganda shillings. And that is how it continues. As people keep buying from your system, okay, guess what? All you are seeing is what? You are seeing an alert of 130,000 Uganda shillings, and that's how it continues. You can see that's beautiful. Okay? Now, number 4 question, and for me, like I said, this is the most important question for me. Will this work? Will this work? And to answer this, I'm going to be sharing my story. Let us see what this has done for me. And you would agree, you will judge by yourself if this is working. Now, I want you to pay attention to this because what you're about to see will blow your mind. Now, watch this. Now, pay attention to this because this will blow your mind. This will wow you. Now, listen to my story. This will wow you. See how this has changed my life. This took me from nowhere to somewhere. This changed my life totally, not only me, several other lives too. Please pay attention to this.
Guys, they lie to us. Yes, they lie to us. You know, the whole idea was go to school, get good grades, study hard, get good grades, then you get an amazing job, then you make a lot of money, You buy a beautiful car, you live in expensive mansions, you travel over the world. Well, for myself, I went to school, one of the best school, in fact, the best school in best university in Nigeria. I would not say that I had super great, but I was just one of those lucky guys who graduated anyways. And I was also fortunate I got a very good job.
I used to work in oil and gas. I used to work in a multinational company. The expectation was so much on me because everyone knew I was working with a multinational company. Every time they are seeing me, I'm flying shopper with my colleagues. You can understand that situation.
But guess what? The salary was never enough. It was big for a starter, but then I got married and the salary disappeared.
I was struggling to pay my bills. I couldn't meet up on my bills. My children did not even know me. My daughter was always running from me because I didn't have time for my family.
And I was frustrated. I wanted more in life. Then I brought into Nigeria the biggest and the best remediation company in America, brought into Nigeria, and I chased a contract of 1.5 billion naira. I thought that contract would change it for me. Guess what, guys? I lost that contract. I was frustrated. I said, okay, let me locate to Canada. Then, while I was writing IELTS and all that, then I saw the opportunity. All right, this opportunity changed everything for me.
And in 2 years, I've been able to build a multi-millionaire business for myself with offices across Nigeria.
Now, for security purposes, I don't want to tell you how much I earn. It's not just about what is achieved for me, but about how many people have been able to mentor with this opportunity, how many lives have been able to touch and change with this opportunity, how many people make over $1 million monthly.
You can see some of the people that I have mentored. Amongst them are lawyers, engineers. Mention the trade. You can see women making a lot of money via my mentorship. All right, a lot of people are doing so well because of my mentorship. I've been able to help a lot of people with this mentorship. That's a medical doctor over there. All right, doing so well in the business because of my mentorship.
Today we go on vacation to choice destination. That is me on all expense paid vacation. All right, to different countries. All right, that's one of the benefits that this business brings. All right, going with my wife. You can see me, myself, my wife. All right, with colleagues. All right, you can see with friends. All right, having fun. This is what a lot of people pray for. Cutting this business, I've been able to afford this. All right, going on all expense paid vacation. Me and my wife, all right, having fun enjoying ourselves. All right, you can see that on the Indian Ocean, having fun enjoying ourselves. All right, this was what I always wished for. I never had time for my family. All right, before now, all right, cutting this opportunity, I now have time for my wife. I have time for my kids. All right, personally, that's how we have fun always. You can see me now. I have more time for my children. I drive my children to school personally. This is one thing I always crave for. But working in oil and gas, I never had time for this. I was always working 28 days, 1 week off. Glory to God through this. Today, I mentor people who are doing so well for themselves in the business, people who earn multiple 7 figures in the business. Today, I've also been able to buy a car for myself, a Range Rover HSC Sport for myself through the business too.
See what the Lord has done. Can you see what we waited for has come to pass? See what the Lord has done. On your wedding day, you're gonna sing that. Can you see what the Lord has done? When you walk into that property, can you see what the Lord has? When that healing happens, what we've been praying for, He has brought to pass. See what the Lord has done.
When He wants this business, that the first guy is going to buy will be a Range Rover. After what this? After this what? He's a man. Three Bosa for him. Bosa.
See what the Lord has done. What we waited for has come to pass. See what. If I were you, I'll sing it to someone.
All right. So let me share my screen back again. All right. So you saw that. All right. All right. So you see my story. All right. That is my story. I hope you are inspired by that story, and that can actually be your story. So that can also happen for you too. Just like you too, I saw this opportunity, and I believe that this changed everything for me. I'd like to ask a question. What did you achieve last year? If whatever you do, your job, your business, if it ends, like you stop today, for whatever reason, how long will it take you to run out of money? Think about it. In case you don't know, all right, the economy is tough. It's tough everywhere, all right, and it's not going to be funny. It's not going to be funny, okay? And inflation rates everywhere is high. It's increasing. Things are very expensive everywhere. And the question is, are you ready to create your future? Are you ready to create your future? If you are ready to create your future, all of the standing between you and a possible 1 million Uganda shillings monthly in 6 months is starting now. Starting when? Starting now. All right. Now, you can choose to come on board with any of these packages. All right. Either with a regular partner, you want to be a regular partner. All right. You can come on board with a silver pack of 1.3 million Uganda shillings. All right. Which has a daily potential income of 2,080,000 Uganda shillings. All right. Or you can decide to come on board with the gold pack of 3.8 million Uganda shillings, which has the daily income potential of 4.851 thousand Uganda shillings. All right. Or you can decide to even play big. All right. You can decide to come on board with a diamond exclusive VIP partnership. Okay. Of that's the platinum VIP partnership of 7.9 million Uganda shillings, which have a daily potential income potential of 10,395,000 Uganda shillings. Or you can come on board with the Elite VIP pack and you say, okay, me, I want to work at the level of wealth creation. Okay, you can come on board this at 15.6 million Uganda shillings. Okay, or you can decide, which has a daily potential of 21.483 Uganda shillings. All right. Now, I'm giving you a mastermind offer today. With the mastermind offer, you're going to get, number one, a breakthrough health bundle. So when you make your payment, okay, you're going to get product worth about 120% of whatever you pay. All right, you can imagine that. So it's more like I get your money back. So you're not losing any money. Okay, you're also going to get, number two, you're going to get the mastermind package. You're also not going to get the data tracking center, a web portal, a website like this. All right, that looks like what you're seeing on your screen. That's going to have your username and password. With this, you are seeing the monies you are making and those who are joining the organization, so nobody can cheat you here. All right, you're also going to get an access to a mastermind mentorship consultation worth over 1.8 million Uganda shillings. All right, we're going to be working with you directly. I'm going to be working with you directly. All right, you want my mentorship? I'm going to be working with you directly. All right, so we're going to work with you so that you can also qualify for our all expense vacation. So the vacations I went for, all right, terms and conditions apply to this. It's not automatic. We're going to work with you so you can qualify for that also. You're also going to get what I call the quick positioning. All right, you want to be a pioneer. All right, people are coming on board as I speak to you. As you're watching these videos, people are coming on board. People are making their payments and they're coming on board. So when you come on board, guess what will happen to you? You'll be positioned well in the system like this. But you can choose to do this later and it's fine. When you do this later, guess what will happen to you? Others would have come on board. You will now be used to support them. Or you can even choose to pay later. What will happen is that you'll be used to support these other ones. So where would you rather be? Every smart person who is watching me, I know you are smart. I know you are very smart. All right, you would want to be at the first level. Okay. Now, do not choose rest in the days of labor, so that you don't labor in the days of rest. All right, that's a word for you. So take the mastermind slot now. All right, the regular, a recap, the regular partners, silver pack of 1.3 million, which has a daily potential of 2.2 million, 8,000 Uganda shillings, or the 3.8 million Uganda shillings, that's a gold pack, which has a daily income potential of 4.851 thousand Uganda shillings. All right, on diamond exclusive VIP partners, all right, which that's 7.9 million Uganda shillings, which has a daily income potential of 10.395 Uganda shillings, or the Elite VIP of 15.6 million Uganda shillings, which has the daily income potential of 21,483,000 Uganda shillings. So choose your preferred package, all right, and carefully and pay into any of these accounts All right, any of these, choose anyone you want and pay into any of the accounts that you are seeing on the board. All right, we have the Stanbic Bank account or the Echo Bank account. All right, anyone you choose to come on board. What is most important to me is not even what you come on board with, but the action that you take. That action tells me that truly you want to change something for yourself. All right, so once you make your payment, send evidence of payment to my WhatsApp number directly. You're going to reach out. You're going to be reaching out to me directly. All right, on +234 816 00 86326 +234 816 00 86326. I repeat, +234 816 00 86326. All right, reach out to me. Should you also have any question or need clarification also, you need guidance on how to come on board, all right, just reach out to me on WhatsApp and I'll be glad to take your questions. I'll be glad to have you on board. And I can't wait to have you on board and I can't wait to start working with you. I know that working together, we're going to achieve a lot of results together. We're going to build a massive team, all right, in the country of Uganda. All right, see you on the other side and welcome on board. Congratulations to you.